Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lecture for English 2090. Today, we're going to discuss Charles Band and Full Moon features. And Charles Band is considered the king of direct-to-video, right? So, Charles Band, even though he's not the director of TerrorVision, is the producer. And same thing with the Corman. Right in this kind of instance, the producer is in a way more famous and more influential than the actual director. So what we're going to look at is Full Moon Features, right? So Band created Full Moon Features in order to capitalize on the home video entertainment. So the company has made over 200 films in 30 years, making a large profit each time. So, you know, as we discussed with kind of the fall of blaxploitation, right, in the 80s, and just the exploitation genre in general falling out of favor in terms of theatrical releases, it finds really a new home with home video entertainment. And Charles Band is pretty much, again, the king of direct to video. In order to sell movies to distributors, he always created a movie poster first, which provided kind of marketable sensations. So it's a very interesting way if you're interested in how movies are created. This kind of approach is very unique, right? Because definitely not what the Hollywood studio system ever does. And it's a very interesting way of kind of looking at how independent cinema is created. So the movies did not always accurately follow the poster, but Band wanted the screenwriters to follow the movie poster as much as possible or incorporate some element, even if it was only just a 10-minute or 10-second kind of moment in the film somewhere, right? There should be a reflection of the movie poster. So it's a very interesting way of kind of marketing movies. This creative process wasn't new, but Band revolutionized the process. If you're very much interested in independent cinema, Canon Films, and if you've ever seen the screen version of He-Man Master of the Universe or a lot of other kind of very fun break-in, all these kind of very famous kind of 80s movies that were outside the Hollywood system, Canon made them all basically like, very kind of very mainstream, very not always critically acclaimed, but very popular with mainstream audiences. And Canon Films followed this tactic. So again, Band didn't invent it, but of course, Canon Films wanted theatrical releases, right? They were not invested in home entertainment at all. They wanted their movies to win Oscars and be in the theaters and so forth. So they used a similar tactic, and basically, to get movies distributed and to get movies made, right? And this goes through decades of whether it's independent cinema or Hollywood, you need distributors. You have to look at foreign markets, you have to look at the American market, you have to look at royalties and all sorts of things. So, what most film companies did, whether they're independent or not, they went around to film festivals and showcased their movies, and Canon, of course, showcased their posters, right, to generate buzz. But in this case, what Van did was he just, since it's home entertainment, he could make, you know, um, at the time beta and VHS, and now Blu-ray, DVD, and so forth, and now streaming. So he could make the movies on his own. He could produce them. He could actually have the physical copies. But of course, you still need distributors, right? Who's going to make the trademarks in foreign markets, in Japan, in China, in Europe, and so forth. So you still need some sort of distributor backing. So basically, what again Band did was use this tactic to again get his movies into every sort of language, every sort of country, and he did it very well. Full Moon Features has continued to make steady profit and has adapted to basically streaming service age, right? They have their own streaming service channel, and it's been up for a while. They were one of the first full streaming service channels, and they still make movies, and they make profit. So some of the very famous Reanimator. Now this one was before the company was called Full Moon Features, but Reanimator is again critically acclaimed, a very popular horror movie for mainstream audiences and horror fans alike. Puppetmaster, one of the first movies made under the Full Moon Features. Again, very popular, very influential. Never saw a theatrical release, but it made millions of dollars without even being in the theater. And so Puppetmaster really launched kind of Band's career and really helped create Full Moon Features into the powerhouse it is today for independent cinema. Subspecies is another one. This is actually, and all these are franchises, except for Reanimator and TerraVision, because they have Puppetmaster. I think is up to 11 now. Subspecies is up to 5 movies, and so they're again well respected. Subspecies, especially the first one, is regarded as a very well respected, well made horror movie. A lot of horror fans like it. A lot of mainstream audiences liked it. Again, it never saw a theatrical release, but made millions of dollars. And of course, too, you can't neglect Charles Band's weirder ones like Evil Bong and so forth. Very, again, this is for a very niche market, but again, he still made money. TerraVision, and we'll kind of discuss this once you watch the movie. TerraVision, again, no exception. The movie poster was made first, and then the movie was made based on the poster. So we'll talk about, did it really does it kind of follow the movie poster? How are you thinking? And again, even just now being released, Corona Zombies by Full Moon Features. So this is one of the advantages that Band has because he can make movies very quickly. He could make a movie about coronavirus before any kind of Hollywood movie does. So again, and people will watch it because they're like, oh, it's relevant to me right now, and so that's how Band has sustained being an independent movie producer and director and writer for 3 decades. Is he never releases his movies in theaters. He could release them instantly now on streaming services. He often releases them to, Pluto TV and Tubi, so there's ad revenue coming in. So he makes money. He makes money as many times as people watch him and so forth, and people watch him a lot. And so he's been able to really sustain his company by doing very goofy things like Evil Bong, and I'm sure Corona Zombies, I haven't seen it yet, is goofy as hell, but also legitimate movies like Reanimator, Puppet Master, Subspecies, and then just as you'll probably see, one of the most bizarre movies probably ever made, TerraVision, which is one of my favorite movies, but it's also a very bizarre movie. So again, this is just another avenue to independent cinema, direct to video, right? And or in this case, it's probably going to be direct to streaming, right, in the coming age because no one's really going to have video anymore, right? But again, these direct to video, direct to cinema, we haven't really looked at yet. So it's very important to look at another avenue of independent cinema. Obviously, if you have questions, always post to the Canvas forum or email. If not, just good luck with all the other assignments and take care.